Hey everybody, I am finally here today to start the envelope tutorial that I've promised you all for quite some time now. And so today I thought I'm just going to do it because the last week I've been thinking how I want to make the envelope journal, what papers, what I wanted to do. And I just finally decided on this paper pad, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is the best of Lost and Found. And I got it at Michael's. Of course, I used the coupon, and I got this quite some time ago. I like the pages because it's not cardstock, so it works perfectly in these envelope journals because you don't want to put too much cardstock because it kind of makes your journal bulky and it's kind of stiff. So this is the one I'm going to be using. I haven't decided on the papers yet, but today I'm just going to start with the prepping of the envelope. I am using the 9x12, and what I'm going to be doing, you would do it exactly for the smaller envelope. So whatever technique or how I make this one is exactly the same way I make the small one. So what I've decided to do is I'm using the white envelope, and I got this at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to cover this envelope with this I love this paper. And I got it at Home Goods for like $3.99. And you get a roll of it. So it's just like this newspaper print, almost like tissue paper. It's very thin paper. So I'm going to be using that today. And basically, just prepping the envelope. I might decorate it, depending on how long. I mean, it's not going to take that long, I don't think. But if I can find it, this is what I want to do. This is what's in my head. I'm going to cover the envelope. I've mixed up some acrylic paint, and I watered it down because I want a light blue to shine through on this, like on the top. And I've just been messing around. So it's going to look like this. I wanted to use the Lindy sprays, but it's a little too dark. So I just used the watered down paint. So after I cover my envelope, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut her out and some of the other elements, and I'm going to Mod Podge her onto here. And I think it's going to look nice. I think she's going to look really cute. So let's get started. I always fold up my envelope because, I want to know which side I'm working on, like the front and the back. I don't think I'm going to do a wraparound closure. No, I don't think I am. So I'm just going to leave like this. You can just use your bone folder, crease down and just get a nice little edge going there. So I know this is going to be my front. So I'm just going to Mod Podge this down, you guys. And, you guys know I don't do tutorials, so bear with me if it's too much, if I'm not talking enough or whatnot. But I'm just going to use the old Mod Podge that I have laying around. Oops. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. So this is just Mod Podge, gloss, luster. It's just, stuff I've had in my stash for quite some time. And I'm using one of these little foamy brushes. Let me zoom down so you can get a good look. And of course there is book inside. So this is my old one. It's bent, so. And I'm just going to do that. This tutorial may be all over the place today, you guys. You can fast forward here if you want. I am just putting a nice generous coat of Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, there is a tutorial for your own homemade Mod Podge on YouTube. And where is, of course, never thought about getting my brayer. I don't know where it's at. Okay. So anyways, I'm just going to do this with my hand because I can't find my brayer. So just keep adding the Mod Podge, because we're going to Mod Podge the top as well after I do my little collage on the front. And be generous with your Mod Podge. Even if it's a little wrinkly, it's fine. I don't mind that too much. So I'm just gonna clean up my surface here. I don't have a lot of workspace on my desk because I just have a lot of junk on my desk. There. I'm going to quickly look for my brayer, you guys. Okay. So I found it. And you can just kind of peel back the little areas. I'm not prepared at all, you guys. Totally not prepared. So that's what I usually do. I will just go around, clean off my area as I go. And this is just a baby wipe. Okay. And I kind of just peel back just to make sure it's all sealed nicely. So I'm just going to do the flap. I'm just going to add a little piece there because it didn't wrap around all the way. I kind of feel like this video is a hot mess already. Okay, so I am not going to go on the inside. I don't think so. And I'm just going to trim around the edges here. Just trim up all of this. So there it is, you guys. Okay, you guys, so now I will be going over this with a little thin layer of the paint, and like I said, this is just acrylic paint, and it is the Tropical Blue. And I just added some water. I just watered it down until I got the color that I wanted, which was like a very light blue. So I'm just going to go over the top of this with the blue. And then I'm going to use my heat tool to dry it. You probably will get some bumps in your cover, but I don't mind that. Yeah, probably I'm going to do a little bit more paint. Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. Now, I'm going to use my heat tool. Okay, you guys, I've dried most of it. So what I'm going to do now is just leave it to air dry, and then I will be back. I'm going to go now and fussy cut this so I can Mod Podge her onto my front cover, and then after that, when I get everything Mod Podge on the front, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to add my inside scrapbook paper to both sides, and then I'm going to reinforce the spine, and then we're going to do the holes. And I'll end up also putting some scrapbook paper inside here just to clean up this look a little bit. So I will be back, you guys, when all of this is completely dry.